Hello. This is FL Interviewer. I'm back. It's been a while, and I'm here with
Sam from Monterey.
Sam from Monterey. So, oh shit. Okay, let's see. So, Sam from Monterey. We were talking for a little bit. How did you first meet everyone in the band?
Me and Fabrice met online actually through Screamo group chat, basically, and then we started going to shows together, and we became really close and just started traveling and shit together, and we became super close. And then Fabrice met Emmy through the grapevine, and then Emmy met our drummer Reed through his job actually. So we all kind of interlinked, and we were like, let's make this happen. Let's just do it. It was like it just all came together perfect.
Hell yeah. And so, what was that first time jamming together like when you all came together?
I had a ton of riffs and like song ideas, and then it felt like everything was a puzzle piece, and we just put it all together, and it was like perfect.
So that first time, did you guys know when you first all came together this was going to be something great, or what was the feeling of it?
It was anxiety. It was nerve-wracking because it's all our first bands minus Reed. So it was like, this is crazy that we're doing this, and it was like it was nerve-wracking, but it was awesome. It was all worth it.
Hell yeah. And then, I mean, the obvious question any interview has to ask. You were telling me a little bit about it, but I got to hear it again. What are your inspirations as a band? What do you guys take inspiration from?
The Satellite Years by Hopesfall is a big one. Sky Came Falling, and then it's shifted now, and it's like Ostraka, Islet. A lot of like the Zegma Beach Records era Screamo bands, and like a lot of 2010 Screamo.
Okay, so let's see. Let's see what else about Monterey. As Monterey, let me ask, what was your best and worst show?
Our best show, it's hard. It's really difficult. I can't say best, but I still our favorite was Spot Fest. We did a Concealer battle set, and that was crazy. Our worst show was our second show, just because we were all like super sloppy and messy, and a bass head broke. I was anxious. It was rough, but it was a good stepping stone. It was so important to us.
Hell yeah. Okay, so let's see. In the Spot Fest, the Battle of the Bands, have you ever done anything else like that before?
No, I don't. I think it was like a one-time thing. We're never gonna do it again. I think we'll do it again like if something arises where we're like we need to do this. But besides that, it was like a once in a while. Like we're doing this. That's it.
Why do you say it's a once in a while? Why is it not always?
Because it was so stressful. It was so much coordination. And it was exhausting. We were on stage for 40 minutes. It was rough.
So you know what? Actually, that's a good point. Speaking of exhausting, what's something in a band you didn't realize was going to be such a big deal? Like something you didn't think about with it, yeah.
Honestly, like all the setup and merch and everything that goes into a band, like everything that works behind the scenes and like everything like that has been difficult, but it's been super rewarding at the same time.
Hell yeah. So then, okay, let's move on to it. Where do you get your merch from? How do you find someone to get merch from?
We hit up friends and stuff, and they'll get us in touch with a printer, and he'll help us out. And we'll design things a lot of the time in house. We try and DIY things as much as we can.
That's great. And that's actually nothing. I remember seeing a lot of your Monterey merch. It looked like it was thrifted clothing you printed over. Is that what you guys do?
We did that initially, and then we started doing on cheaper blanks and trying to sell shirts for $20, because that's our number one thing is like we want to be able to make these things affordable, and also we want to be able to like, I guess, give back to the community that gives us.
That's fair. That's understandable too. Okay, so I have a few questions. First off,
Sam and Oscar, I love y'all. Have a good night.
You know what? Can you come in here real quick?
Yeah.
So, this guy right behind me, if you could come down, I have an interview with him, I swear to God, but it disappeared. It is in the cosmos, lost with the wind. This is
Kevin. Hi, I play drums in Fist Meet Face.
He was fucking amazing. First time ever, and I've heard he's only gotten better. How do you feel about the band Fist Meet Face now that you've been with them for a while?
Oh, bro, I fucking love it. Like, I had to learn the previous drummer's parts, and I just made them my own. Shout out Ruben, love you, Ruben. But no, we're like locked in now. I'm writing music with them now. We're recording our demo. So yeah, I'm super stoked for things for us right now. Yeah.
I actually heard a little bit about the demo. I heard you got the drums down. Have you got anything else down for the demo?
So currently it's drums and bass all done, and we're starting guitar right now. So yeah.
Okay, shoot. So wait. Now I gotta jump back to you. I was gonna ask.
Okay. I started the interview.
Thank you. You're truly a great little guest star, man. A great guest star. Okay, shit. What was I asking? God, something about fucking
Merch.
the merch. Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you think merch should have a set price on it? Is there like a too high? Like when does it reach a point where it's too much?
I think the merch is most important to be accessible to everybody at the end of the day. Like it should be accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
The way we function is like if somebody can't pay for something, we'll just be like, yo, like take it. Like that's it. Because as much as like, because it's like 1 to 2 shirts giving away every once in a while, it's not gonna harm us. Like we know what we're getting into at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Just simple as that. I think I don't think there should be a set price, just as long as like whatever the band feels comfortable with.
That's very true. That's very true. And then that moves on next. You keep on talking about the community. Do you have any pet peeves of the screamo or metal community or hardcore scene?
Not really inherently. I think that things are really blossoming in like a really good way.
Really? Yeah. Hell yeah. That's actually another thing. Truly, I hear this all the time, that the scene right now is at like the peak, the best it's ever been. Would you agree with this statement or what?
It feels like we're in a renaissance right now of like Orlando. Like it feels like I've come out to shows every week. There's a show every week. There's bands popping up every week, and it's like no matter what genre, it's like it feels like some people are taking the steps that have needed to be taken for so long, and they're striving.
Real. Oh. So, speaking of that, what pushed you to join a band? What made you want to join a band, man?
I love music. It's run everything in my life, and I've just like, I think it was, I felt comfortable in my skin enough to do it, and I also found the right people to do it with. That was my biggest thing.
That's actually, speaking on something comfortable in your skin, that's something I kind of deal with, like, struggling with the anxiety to really put yourself out there. Do you ever have a time where it's like, fuck, I don't know if I want to be on stage, it's just scary?
Absolutely. Really? It happens a lot, but it's like the more you grow into it, the more comfortable in your skin you get. Like I've talked to so many people about it, and they're like, it'll get better. It's like that's the biggest thing. You got to push through. It's like a threshold.
But it's also a common thing. This is something kind of everyone deals with.
It's hard. Some people are more extroverted than others. Some people are more introverted than others. It's just it just depends on who you are.
And have you found that maybe like people in metal bands lead more to like introvert or extroverted, or is it kind of?
It's kind of in between. It's just a case by case scenario, and it's like I've met so many different wonderful people within this scene.
Have you ever met anyone you didn't fuck with through the metal scene?
Not really. No. I mean, if I have, it's like I don't let it ever get in the way of anything. I try my best. I've been like I've recognized in the past years that I have I can be conflict minded sometimes, but being in a band and writing music and doing music that is inherently aggressive has helped a lot with that.
Really? Wait, so are you saying, do you think that writing aggressive music has in a way been calming, or what
Absolutely. I feel like aggression, like it feels controlled, and I think that that's something a lot of more people should lean towards, is how aggression can be controlled through the type of music that a lot of the current scenes are like playing and doing.
You absolutely right, and that actually speaks on another thing that I think is so great about the hardcore and scene like this. We all, to an extent, have anger and have like this angry emotions, but what moshing and hardcore allows us is to safely let out these emotions, safely in a safe space where everyone is kind of accept we might get smacked in the fucking face, we might get knocked out, and okay. Well, actually, speaking on that, we had a little run-in, and yes, I want to say this. So he was moshing, doing some crazy moves, and I was in the crowd. He smacked me, which is very much expected. That is not something crazy. And now my emotions got the better of me, and I pushed him back into the pit. Okay, I'll be honest. I kicked his ass back in the pit, which is not okay. Do not do that. Do not do that shit.
But these things happen. It's like at the end of the day, these things happen, and I think it's important to recognize that these things are water under the bridge. Like, it's never worth fighting. It's never worth anything you think it's worth. It's never worth it at the end of the day. Like,
very true.
It's just never worth it. It's just like it's important to stay just realize like this isn't permanent. This is something that's so in a space that it could be taken away any second. And it's like, why do something that can harm so many other people when you can just let it run under the bridge and just have it opens up conversation, it opens up opportunities to grow.
True, like I absolutely agree, but I have to know, did you always hold this opinion? Because it's such a the deep thought process you've held through this. Were you always someone who was could just let stuff go so easily?
No, absolutely not. I was when I was a kid, I had a lot of anger management issues, and I had a lot of issues with depression in high school. And being in hardcore, honestly, and being in metalcore screamo has made me understand those emotions and tap in with them and kind of overcome a lot of those issues I had.
And so, anyone with kind of the same issues that you dealt with, what would you recommend to them if you could say anything to the people like that right now?
Just talk. Be vulnerable. Vulnerability is the biggest step towards completion. It's corny, I guess, but vulnerability is so important, especially within such a aggro style of music, because it's inherently vulnerable. Anger is vulnerable, and there's a second level to that though, where vulnerability has to escape outside of that.
What do you mean?
By vulnerability has to escape outside of that is you have to be the bigger man sometimes and be like, hey, like I messed up or something happened. Like you need to take those. It's important to take those steps.
And I do want to mention one thing I think is something at least I didn't understand what being the bigger person. That shit doesn't always feel good. It's like, to be honest, just take a step back and realize, like, hey, I probably fucked up. This person, everyone has a reason for why they acted the way they did, even if it isn't understandable. People or what's the word? There's reasoning why behind everyone does what they do. It's not just blind rage and blind anger. Truly. But no.
Absolutely.
And I guess speaking back on the moshing, do you have any mosh etiquette rules? Like anything you see in these bits these days you don't like?
I mean, with mosh etiquette, it's like just have fun. If you hit somebody too hard, just like check on them. It doesn't hurt to check on them. It's never a competition. Just have fun. It's like at the end of the day, it's all about having fun. It's like there's no need. This isn't like. Just have fun. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. Just have a fun time. Check on your friends. Check on the people around you. Again, nothing's permanent.
Very, very true. It's all, the moment is fleeting, truly. But, one thing you also mentioned is that we're in a renaissance of the scene here and just how well it's going. But the other thing I want to ask you is, what do you think the scene is going to be like in a year? You were kind of talking about that. How do you think the scene is going to grow? What do you think
I think it's going to grow exponentially, and it's going to become better. Orlando's going to be, Florida in general is going to be on such a big map, and it's a lot of these people are just taking such large steps, and there's so many bookers, there's so many bands, there's so many people that are involved with the community that take the steps to harbor that community. I think it's going to do. I think it's going to be great.
Hell yeah. And okay, let's see a few other things. What are some bands you want the people to know of? What are some bands you want to go out there?
I'm going to say All the Pieces Gathered by May from North Carolina. Wonderful band, wonderful people. They say Keep Reaching. They're awesome friends. Wasted Life. Memento. People should tap into Memento. They started the whole metalcore craze, and they keep pushing it. Deter's Embrace has done some awesome steps in
beautiful shit
in the scene. And then Concealer and Fingers Woven Together, Unregistered Weapon. All those people, they do music for the passion. It's like, that's what's important. And there's so many other people I could list, but those in specific are the ones that come to mind instantly.
So you kind of mentioned that you feel like they do that for the passion. Do you feel like there's some people in the scene who aren't like in it for the passion, in it for the scene?
Everybody works on a case-by-case scenario, so it's all so different. Everybody's mentality is so different, but I think at the end of the day, I think that all of this is such a passion-driven thing.
Very, very true. Hey, okay, let's see what else, because, gosh, I'm drawing a little bit of a blank. Is there anything you would want to talk about, you want to share to the people out there?
Keep going to shows, keep supporting bands, keep doing what you're doing, talk to people, become better for you, become better for the others, focus on building your community and all the people around you, because again, harbor everything you have.
And I always, anytime I do an interview with anyone, it's always the biggest thing is how important the community is. How do you feel like the community has affected you? What do you think it's done for you?
It's helped me get out of my shell. It's helped me with my emotions. It's helped me understand other people on a deeper level. It's forced me to be around people that I never would ever talk to outside of a band. And that's not a bad thing, but it's like everybody's life is so different, and there's so many different scenarios.
It's a melting pot of so many different types of people.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right. Okay, and then what is your favorite venue? The best venue you played at?
I love Will's Pub. I love Will's Pub.
Really? I thought you were going to say the spot, so why do you love Will's Pub?
I love Will's Pub because it's a venue I've been going to since I was a kid, and then playing there was such a big thing for me. I was emotional. I was super emotional.
Wow. So do you have any Will's Pub shows as a kid that you really remember, one that really stuck with you?
Touche Amore, Single Mothers, Gouge Away in 2017. I was 14 maybe, and my uncle took me, and it left a big mark on me. It was awesome.
And what was it that left such a mark on it? Was the bands playing?
The bands playing, the community, everything. The energy was palpable. It was just it was the first time I'd ever experienced that in that way.
It's truly, that speaks on another thing. What happens at these shows is truly indescribable unless you're here. To feel, like you're saying, the energy is palpable, and you can't, a video can slightly capture it. You see cool shit, but to truly be there, you feel something so special at shows like this, truly. But yeah, so was that your first introduction to, I guess, were they screamo metal of any sort, the bands you went to?
Yeah, it was hardcore, emotional hardcore, and I'd been just on the internet listening to that stuff for so long, and it was just it was crazy.
So is your uncle into that too then?
No, he took me. I asked him to take me, and he took me.
Okay, you would go for that. He's the best. Okay, shoot. And so let's see what else. Oh my gosh, I need to prepare some more for this stuff. Dream destination to play at. You were kind of mentioning Virginia, I think it was.
Dream destination.
Dream scene to play in. Dream scene to play in.
Dream scene to play in. if it was still running, 515 back in the 90s were in loving memory. Dispensing of False Halos, Eclipse of Eden was playing in the 90s. That would be like dream scene to play.
So what was it that draws you to that one? And where was that?
There was it was in Iowa in the 90s from what I'm aware of. I think from what I'm aware of, and all the videos and pictures I've seen of it, I'm like, this looks so dope, and all the bands that came out from there are so dope. Virginia, big one, Sterling, Richmond, like there's so many bands I look up to that came from there.
And actually, you mentioned something else that I'm kind of thinking back on it now. You were in a Screamo group chat, and that's how you found one of the first bandmates.
Yeah.
How'd you end up in a Screamo group chat?
Being on the internet way too much when I was a kid.
That's fair enough, man. Shoot. So, wait, what? It was just like you found it through what exactly?
Being on Instagram, talking to people, trading with people online, and then just happened. It fell into my hands.
Hell yeah. Okay, gosh, let's see what else. We talked about the good stuff, music. Oof. Any new plans, any new projects coming up for you guys?
We're doing a beatdown band called Taught to Loathe. We're doing that. That's playing the show in December, and then we're doing a weekender with Fingers Open Together up to Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and then Jacksonville, and then we're trying to write an album next year. It's like
so wait, a full-sized album?
Full length.
Holy shoot! And have you guys started on it at all? What's your feeling
We
about
wrote
it?
a song last night that we're super content with, and we're like just pushing. We're just.
Is that the one you showed me?
Yes.
It was a fucking banger, man. The drums sadly the guy who plays drums isn't here, but if you see this, my man, oh my gosh, you're beautiful, bro. You truly got a talent. Okay, let's see what else. If you can say one word to the new people coming into the scene, the people who have like not really any experience in them, what do you want to tell them or warn them about?
I'm trying to think. I would say again, talk to people. Go out, talk to people, listen, find out about your community, understand what it is, find out about the people that run it, find out everything like that.
Very true.
And then I'm gonna do. Let's do like one or two more questions. I'm gonna run inside and watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, fuck it. Let's cut it short. Okay, there's a band playing inside. We gonna run and listen to these hoes. But this was
Sam from Monterey.
Sam from Monterey. It was great seeing you, my boy.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's run in. Peace.